everybody. How we feeling? All right, people, can you hear me all right? Up with liberation! Down, down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
Up with liberation!
Up with liberation!
Down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
Thank you for being here, everybody, tonight. Our first order of business is to give a huge shout out and thank you to the fantastic band that we've been hearing for the last half hour, the folks over at the Ideal Maine Social Aid Sanctuary Bands. We are very, very grateful for their presence here tonight, especially in the cold evening. And all those hands are feeling it. My name is Ryan. I'm an organizer here with the Party for Socialism and Liberation. We're proud to be here tonight, and we are here adhering to a nationwide call to action to condemn the mobilizing of ICE and their heinous catch of the day operation here in Maine that dehumanizes our neighbors.
That's right!
And we are here to demand justice for Renee Nicole Good, Keith Porter, and everybody else that ICE has killed, kidnapped, or persecuted. And we are here to demand an end to their reign of terror in Maine and across this country. A few ground rules and principles before we get going. We do not engage with counter-protesters or hecklers.
That's right.
If you see counter-protesters, call over one of the wonderful marshals that we have here adorned in a bright yellow vest, and they will deal with the situation. Keep your energies focused on what matters, giving collective voice to the condemnation of this brutal campaign that we are witnessing. So thank you again to everyone who showed up today. We have an excellent list of speakers here who are going to provide the much-needed analysis and perspective. We want to extend our gratitude to all of those that could not be here this evening, our friends at Presente Maine, in particular, who have been on the front lines of this catastrophe, doing everything they can to create a network of verified and trained verifiers to respond to these situations and do everything they can to keep our neighbors and our community safe. And the need for verifiers is a rising one. This is a need that we in Maine here are going to continue to meet. If you yourself would like to become a trained verifier, connect with our folks at Presente. You can find them on socials, on the internet, and they will direct you to the appropriate training. So again, I want to collectively say thank you to Presente. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
A few more thank yous tonight. We want to thank the Southern Maine Workers Center, the Maine Democratic Party, or the Maine Democrats for Socialists in America, the Community Organizing Alliance in Lewiston, the Jewish Voices for Peace, our friends at Palante, the Green Party, and the Independent Socialist Group. All folks who are here co-sponsoring this event tonight. And there are countless others, really, who are on the front lines here right now, fighting against this nonsense that we're seeing right now on the streets. And so I would like to first introduce our first speaker of the evening, Sammy, over at Palante. Sammy, whenever you're ready.
What's up, people? I appreciate y'all coming out. Now I'm just going to begin a little bit where I left off last time. If you missed us last week, Diaspora Palante Collective. I'm here representing a group of revolutionary, organized Puerto Ricans here throughout the United States. Our slogan and motto, Palante, means forward. But today, after last week I talked about some of those martyred by ICE, I wanted to tell you a story, share some of the wisdom of our martyrs. As we see our friends and neighbors kidnapped and terrorized by ICE, we ask, what is to be done. Every regime of oppression is reprehensible, not only for moral reasons, but also because of the precedent it sets. No one will know when the mill of oppression will grind them down as well. Don Pedro Albizu Campos. Don Pedro Albizu was in many ways the father of our independence movement. The first Puerto Rican to graduate from Harvard, he not only knew the righteousness of our moral struggle, but the obligation and right to resist under international law. Adelante. As he was here among you in New England, he grew solidarity with the working class Irish and saw their struggle as intertwined with ours, just as we connect the fight here to the fight in Palestine. He was invited to take part in the writing of the IRA's constitution and returned home to speak of the systematic injustice legally wrought upon the people of Puerto Rico. When tyranny is law, revolution is order. It is the supreme hour, the hour of discipline, the hour of intense preparation. It is the hour of silence, the silence that precedes great storms. As Don Pedro helped lead the independence movement of our people, violent state repression at the hands of the United States followed his every step. Nowadays, we've grown almost numb to the constant barrage of state propaganda, censorship, and surveillance, smear campaigns against the fallen, and the elevation of those who most cruelly carry out the empire's violence. Before being brought home, these tactics were tested and perfected on the people of Puerto Rico. COINTELPRO, the banning of Puerto Rican flag and song, massacres of peaceful protesters, the infamous carpetas, meticulously documented mass surveillance of all Puerto Ricans and their actions. In 1950, after planning and coordination across the island, the revolution reached a boiling point. Police stations and strategic locations were seized. If they couldn't be held, they were burned to the ground. Across Puerto Rico, independentistas rose up to reclaim what was stolen from them. In desperation, the U.S. Air Force bombed the island. Albizu unapologetically stood for the right of the people's self-determination, even under his imprisonment and torture at the hands of his U.S. captors. Using cruel and unusual weapons, still unknown and classified to us, Albizu was radiated to death in his cell. Though they took his life, we carry the spirit of Don Pedro with us. We demand an end to the war against Venezuela. We demand an end to the U.S. embargo in Cuba. Zero wars of U.S. regime change. An end to the war on migrants. End the genocide in Palestine and defeat Zionism. Abolish ICE. Que viva Puerto Rico libre. We demand an end to the desolation and poverty forced on our people and all the peoples of the world. We know a system founded in independence, sovereignty, and international solidarity based in socialism is the only way out of this mess. Finally, I leave you with the words of one of our more recent martyrs, assassinated in a spray of gunfire in his home at the hands of U.S. forces. Co-founder of the Boricua Popular Army, Los Macheteros, Filiberto Ojeda Ríos. Todos somos independentistas y nos comprese a todos luchar por el independentismo. Pa'lante, siempre pa'lante, patria o muerte, venceremos. Pa'lante.
One struggle, one fight, all unite for immigrant rights.
One struggle, one fight, all unite for immigrant rights.
One struggle, one fight, All unite for immigrant rights!
One struggle, one fight! All unite for immigrant rights!
We all watched the ICE murder of Renee Good on camera. This act of senseless violence was an eye-opening experience for many. It showed us that being a concerned U.S. citizen, a non-violent mother, someone trying to desperately obey contradictory orders and de-escalate, could all the same be shot and killed in cold blood with impunity. The video evidence shows that this was a cold-blooded murder, and any claim that the ICE killer was acting in self-defense is an outrageous lie. Renee sat there alive, physicians desperately pleading to help for ICE agents to refuse that life-saving aid as she bled out. Her last words, "I'm not mad at you." The last words of the ICE agent before he murdered her, "Fuck you, bitch." While we echo the Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey's call for ICE to get the fuck out of our cities, that is not enough! Jonathan Ross, the ICE agent who shot Renee, his accomplices who did not stop him from fleeing a murder scene must be persecuted immediately.
That's right.
Instead of echoing this call, Governor Walz, who was the governor when George Floyd was murdered, has told people, quote, not to take the bait. And he has even gone so far as to mobilize the National Guard. The response is wholly inadequate in this political climate, with 2 more being shot within that same week, and new horrifying videos we're seeing on social media every day as ICE pours into Maine, and we know that more people are going to die. We need to be bold, we need to take decisive action, and we need it now.
Yeah. That's right.
If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace.
Next up, we have an excellent speaker for you. Get ready to hear from Nicole from the Maine Coalition for Palestine. Here's the one we have a large crowd. I'm sure she has to work through.
No peace.
No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
Hello, everyone in Portland. I want you to take a look around at the person next to you, the person behind you. Look around, because this is our community. ICE has no business here. They are not our community. This is our community. And it's important to remember the humanity of our community. Because let's be honest about what this is. This is criminalizing survival. And I am sick and tired of watching my tax dollars go to criminalizing the survival of my community. We see this with ICE coming for people who may look like they're not part of our community, and we call bullshit on that. You are part of our community. No matter what any paper says, you are part of our community. And this is not the first time we've seen people criminalize our survival as a community. We see our tax dollars going to dismantle tents of people who are unhoused. We see our tax dollars going to bomb the survival of Palestinians in tents. And we stay enough. We refuse to criminalize survival. Because this is the silent step of dehumanizing people. But we cannot keep our humanity intact when we dehumanize others. There is no way that this doesn't come back in our own backyard. When we accept what the RAF is doing to our Sudanese brothers and sisters, we accept it for ourselves. When we accept what the bombs are doing in Gaza, but when we accept what the settlers are doing in the West Bank, then we accept it for ourselves. And we are here because we say, no more. And all of us have a place in supporting the humanity of our community.
That's right.
I don't want anyone here to feel that they are alone or that they have nothing to offer. Because you believe in our humanity, you have something to offer. You have a place in this community. So as a community, we reject criminalizing survival. We reject dehumanizing anyone. We say, fuck ICE. Fuck the people that brought them here. And we are the community that we need.
Last September, Severio Villegas Gonzalez was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Chicago. On New Year's Eve, it was Keith Porter. Keith Porter was described by people who knew him as a man of all trades, working dozens of different jobs, a girl dad to his 2 daughters, and an avid fisherman. He was shot and killed on New Year's Eve by an off-duty ICE agent in Los Angeles. He was 43 years old. These are just the killings that we know about.
Right.
The 31 deaths in ICE custody in 2005 is the largest number since 2004. Murders like these are an inevitable part of the massive crackdown the Trump administration has released across the country. We demand an end to mass deportations now and the deployment of ICE in all of our cities. We demand justice for Severio and for Nicole and for Keith and for all the victims of ICE terror. We want justice and we want it now. What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! Now I'd like to welcome Todd from the Maine Democrat Socialists in America. Thank you.
For the press, Todd Chrétien, T-O-D-D-C-H-R-E-T-I-E-N. It's an old French name, should be Chrétien. I'm from representing tonight Maine Democratic Socialists of America, and also a candidate right here in Portland for Maine House District 112. So if you're in my district, say hi. A couple things tonight. I want to teach you a chant that I learned in Oakland, California. This is not a new fight. This is a fight that's been going on a long time. I'm a Spanish teacher, so stick with me. You're going to learn Spanish then. Okay. Aquí estamos. Aquí estamos. Y no nos vamos. Y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan. Y si nos echan. Nos regresamos. Nos regresamos. That means we're here, we're staying, and if they kick us out, we're coming right back. So try one more time. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan, nos regresamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan, nos regresamos. Okay. I'm going to say 3 things tonight. We have to abolish ICE. In order to do that, we need a strategy. We need to understand where we are in the struggle. I want to get rid of capitalism. I think we need a society based on human decency. But I will tell you truthfully, we are not at the edge of that struggle right now. We are at a struggle we have to go through before we get to that. Our goal, what is our goal? It is to get ICE out of our state. That is a goal that we can build a coalition of the majority of people in the state to be on our side. But we have a problem. ICE is an occupying military force that does not care about what the majority of the people of Maine think. So we have to develop some strategy and tactics to win our goal. Our goal is to throw ICE out of our state. How are we going to do it? Three-pronged approach. Number one, you hear all the horns. What do all the horns signify? They signify that thousands of people are documenting, are verifying, are commuting, are not letting our neighbors being taken without a fight. So we are going to be with ICE wherever they go in this state, and we are going to slow them down. So if you have been out commuting, if you are on the signal threads, thank you for what you're doing. Keep it up. This is going to be a long fight. Be careful. These people will hurt you. Be careful. Number two, we need to create the material conditions where our neighbors can survive this assault, which means the Maine Solidarity Fund. It means calling 544-9899 when you see ICE to verify them. It means joining the school watch. If you are a nurse or a teacher or a worker, it means hardening your workplace so that ICE cannot get in. If you have neighbors, make sure you know their names and that when ICE comes to defend them. So we have to create the material conditions for our neighbors to be safe while this fight goes on. The third step is that we need to create the political conditions in this state where the governor declares a state of emergency to get ICE out of our state. Does anybody here believe that Janet Mills wants to create a state of emergency to kick ICE out of our state? So she has said the right thing. We have the right to peacefully protest. But if we want her to do the right thing, we are going to have to be creative. We have to create massive civil disobedience in this state. For every person they detain, we need to have 10 or 50 people ready to be arrested to create non-violent civil disobedience. Just like they did in Birmingham in 1963, we need to fill the jails with our own bodies to slow down this machine. And how do we do that? We need plans. We can't just run through the streets and jump in front of these people because they're dangerous. You need to join an organization, to get connected, to be organized. And we will come back in the coming days with plans about how we are going to stop the machine in an organized, civil disobedient, non-violent way that will create the political conditions where our leaders who are saying the right things will have to do the right things.
You know, folks, I think ICE thought it would be too cold out here for you tonight. But I see a few hundred people out here and say otherwise. We're going to continue with our program tonight. Before we get going, I want to read a statement from our friends over at Project Relief Maine. They are doing excellent, necessary. And though they could not be here tonight, they are here as co-sponsors and in our hearts. So here is the following such statement. Over the past few days, ICE has been terrorizing our communities. Parents have been followed and abducted outside their homes, schools, and grocery stores. Families are being torn apart in front of their children. Fear has entered everyday life. A mother was taken after dropping her children off at school. One of her children watched and said, quote, "I couldn't do anything to help them on. An 18-year-old man went to buy groceries for his family and was abducted instead of coming home. Children across our communities are scammed. Families are afraid to leave their homes. Immigrants are hiding because they are afraid and they will be taken next. We continue to receive videos and photos of ICE terrorizing immigrants. And still, Mainers have responded. Over the past 2 days, people from across the state, nurses, teachers, parents, students, have shown up to say clearly that this terror is not welcome here. We have shown that we protect our neighbors and stand together when our communities are under attack. We are on the front lines of doing this important work. We need to support bail out people, to pay for legal services, to deliver groceries, and to care for families whose loved ones have been taken. We need volunteers, we need resources, and we need the community to join us. We need to support staff and ICE as a project that can be made on Instagram, Facebook, and our website. You have already lived in a world where ICE has not existed. ICE does not keep our communities safe. 70% of the people ICE has arrested have no criminal record. 93% of the people arrested by ICE have not been convicted of a violent crime. All of this while ICE operates at 140% of its official capacity, holding people in barbaric, inhumane conditions, often violating people's rights. Another thing to note is the climate of fear ICE creates, which our friends at Project Relief just spoke to. 200 people at junior high school alone have reportedly skipped school after Maine abducted a mother of 4 after she dropped off her child at school. The Maine Health Center is reporting abnormally high call-outs, with 20 more people than usual calling out. Maine's healthcare infrastructure is already crumbling, and ICE is still legally allowed to use Medicare data to track people. This means people avoiding seeking necessary medical care, reporting crimes, attending school, and all other necessary functions of life. We have a right, in fact, we have a moral obligation to say no more. We have seen time and time again that the Trump administration will try to criminalize people exercising their free speech rights. We see the same tactics in the West Bank. ICE, who trains with the IDF, uses systematic violence and intimidation to terrorize communities. But we will not be intimidated, and we will continue to raise our voices until we win justice for Renee Good and end ICE's mass deportations once and for all. We are for liberation, not deportation. Up, up with liberation! Down, down with deportation! With liberation! Down, down with deportation! I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Martine Shan, who is a local city leader in Portland, a candidate for the Cumberland County Commissioner for District 5, and an advocate for immigrant communities in Maine. Thank you, Martine.
Good evening, Portland. Good evening, Mainers. I know we're a little cold tonight, but I can tell you're fired up. You're mad as hell. And you're angry that ICE is committing brutality against our neighbors and communities. This week, we've seen ICE agents operating across southern Maine. Families are afraid, businesses are struggling, our streets are less safe. And queer and people of color like myself, immigrant or not, are feeling fear for their lives. And I want to talk to you tonight about what's really happening here and why we need to see through the smoke and mirrors. Because here's the truth. Immigrants are being scapegoated for an economy that's failing working people, and it's a lie we cannot afford to believe. Let's start with what we were promised. The current administration told working class Americans that if we just cracked down on immigration, good jobs would come back, that wages would rise, that housing would be affordable, healthcare costs would drop, that the American dream would be within reach again. But is that where we are? No! Working families are still struggling to make ends meet. Rent keeps climbing, groceries cost more every week, healthcare is still bankrupting people, and instead of solutions, we're being told the problem is our very own neighbors, the people who work in our restaurants, the people who care for our elderly, the people who pick our crops and pay their taxes. It's easier to point at someone who looks different or speaks a different language than to admit the real failures. It's easier to raid a farm or a restaurant than to hold the powerful accountable. Here's what they don't want you to know. Immigrants don't drain our economy, they sustain it. Immigrants pay nearly $580 billion in taxes every single year. $580 billion. That's more than Trump pays in taxes. They contribute to federal taxes, state taxes, and Social Security. In fact, undocumented immigrants alone contributed $26 billion to Social Security in 2022, despite being unable to receive those benefits themselves. Think about it. They're paying into a system they can't access. They're subsidizing our retirements. And in fact, undocumented immigrants alone, they're subsidizing our retirements while being told they're freeloading. And here in Maine, we have a workforce crisis. Our population is aging, businesses can't find workers, so who's filling the gaps? Immigrants are. They're not taking jobs, they're keeping our economy alive. When ICE sweeps through our communities, what happens? Restaurants close early because staff don't show up, not because they were arrested, but because they're terrified. Construction sites sit empty. Farms can't harvest their crops. The fear alone is costing us. And by the way, they are making lists of observers, of protesters like us, and they're calling us domestic terrorists. This is what democracy looks like. And I think you'll all agree with me. In my view, if you're breaking into cars, if you're breaking into homes and taking a 5-year-old hostage, and you trample on due process, on human rights, on our civil liberties, that sounds more like domestic terrorism to me. None of this is making us safer. This isn't making us more prosperous. This is sabotaging our own economy and calling it policy. Now, J.D. Vance likes to talk about housing, so let me talk about housing for a little bit. Because this is where the scapegoating gets especially cruel. You've heard it. Immigrants are taking up all the housing. That's why you can't afford a home. But here's what's actually happening. While we've been arguing about who deserves housing, private equity firms, massive Wall Street investment companies have been buying up homes and apartment buildings across Maine and across America. They're turning affordable housing into profit machines, jacking up rents and pricing working families out of our own communities. Not immigrants. That's corporate greed that's doing that. The administration wants you angry at the family next door instead of the billionaires making a killing off your struggle to keep a roof over your head. So let's really talk about what's really happening to the economy. This past year, while working families struggled, America's ultra-wealthy gained another $1.5 trillion in wealth. Not million, not billion, trillions. While we're told there's no money for child care, for health care, for fixing our roads, Somehow there's always money for tax cuts for billionaires and subsidies for corporations. While energy prices squeeze family budgets, oil companies are preparing to profit from stolen Venezuelan oil. And they're going to make a killing out of that. And where are we left? While people work 2 or 3 jobs just to survive, CEOs are making 350 times what the average worker makes. That's real theft. That's the real crisis. So when I see ICE agents in our communities arresting people on their way to work, tearing apart families, terrorizing neighborhoods, I have to ask, why are we going after the wrong people? Why are we raiding the boardrooms of companies that exploit workers and dodge taxes? Why are we arresting executives who price gouge families on insulin and rent? Why aren't we going after the private equity firms that are literally stealing the American dream? We have a choice to make, Maine. We can keep falling for the scapegoating. We can keep letting fear divide us while the powerful pick our pockets. We can keep blaming our neighbors for problems created by people who've never worked an honest day in their lives, or we can wake up. We can see this campaign of terror for what it is, a distraction, a way to keep us from demanding what we actually deserve: good jobs, affordable housing, health care for all, and dignity. Dignity for immigrants, dignity for queer people, for BIPOC people, for every single Mainer and American. We can stand together, native born and immigrant, black and white and brown, and say enough is enough. The wool is being pulled over our eyes, and it's time to see clearly. Thank you.
Taylor. So every once in a while, a great old song deserves a rewrite. I think most of you know this song. This land is your land. This land is my land. Guess what? If you're not native, you're immigrative. How about that? What built this nation but immigration? Stand up. Protect democracy. There you go. This land is your land. This land is my land. If you're not native, you're immigrative. What built this nation? This nation, but immigration. Stand up. Stand up, protect democracy. Let's do that again. This land is your land. This land is mine. If you're not native, you're immigrated. What built this nation but immigration? Stand up, protect democracy. Down at the job site, and in the parking lot, out in the street. Who's next to get shot? Campaigns of terror we will not tolerate. Stand up, protect democracy. This land is your land. This land is mine. If you're not native, you're immigrative. What built this nation? But immigration. Stand up, protect democracy. The pie is shrinking. It's got me thinking. It can be scary. It's got me wary. Who gets to stay? Who gets deported? Stand up, protect democracy. This land, let me hear you. This land is your land. This land is not. If you're not native, you're immigrative. What built this nation? What built this nation? But immigration. Stand up. Stand up. Protect democracy. Closer. Okay, system's quaking, the system's quaking. A great disruption is in the making. In coalition, we stand together. Stand up, protect democracy. Last time, let us hear you. This land is your land. This land is mine. If you're not native, you're immigrative. What built this nation? But immigration. Stand up, protect democracy. Stand up. Stand up, protect democracy.
Folks, I'm going to keep our program rolling right along here tonight. I'm going to introduce, ICE out of Maine! 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 That's people power. All right, I'm going to keep the program moving right along. I'm going to hand it off to Ambri Rana, an organizer in Bangor and a legislator. Please give it up for Ambri.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I love to hear it. My name is Ambri Rana. My parents are immigrants. My family are immigrants. And I am on this land as a result of displacement, colonization, and resource extraction at the hands of the global north. And I am your community member. And I am a state representative serving in the legislature representing the city of Bangor. In a moment of time where fear fuels horrific events of hatred and violence, both at home and abroad, I want to extend so much appreciation to everyone who is out here in the cold today, openly sharing their grief and their rage in this showing of collective outrage. Our communities are being ripped apart as ICE expands its enforcement unchecked, disappearing families that have been here for years, decades, and generations. ICE has never performed as a protection that it claims to be. ICE has always been a force of occupation. The violence that is perpetuated by the system is not by accident. It is not a series of mistakes made by ill-trained rookies. Violence is exactly what the system is meant to perform. ICE is the enforcement arm of a federal government that is working to revoke citizenship and take away the rights of any community member, whether they're naturalized, a birthright citizen, or without documentation. This is the cause of mass destabilization in our communities. No one of us is safe, documented or not. The state-sanctioned violence and terror is not just a result of the Trump administration or our Republican counterparts. It is a product of American imperialism that is It is a product of American imperialism that is woven into the fabric of this country. ICE has always been violent from its inception just 23 years ago, and it is clear today that every elected official is complicit in the actions of ICE. Every elected official is complicit, and they must be held accountable, they must be pushed, they must be swayed and brought along in this movement. Okay, I'm gonna get into some technical stuff now. Earlier this year, we passed LD 1971. I know many of you know about this bill. The legislature worked hard. It only passed by one vote back in June, and that's when it should have gone into law. This bill would outline and restrict how state agencies are to interact with ICE. The governor sat on that bill for over 6 months. She sat on that bill for over 6 months before deciding to allow it to go into law just a few weeks ago. And that delay means that it won't be implemented until the summer of 2026. Implementation that was delayed by a year. Over a year ago, we asked her and her staff to rescind a racist and harmful executive order that was put in place by our former governor, Governor LePage. We asked again in February, we asked again in March, and so on. Action was delayed over and over again. Because of fear of federal government retaliation. Meanwhile, the terror that immigrants in our community face day to day in Maine was left completely ignored. Let me pause to make something clear. ICE has been here. This surge is amplified, but it is nothing new. Governor Mills could have rescinded that executive order 7 years ago, and it was only because of the pressure that you all put on. The pressure that you put on is why she finally yielded, rescinded that executive order, and allowed this bill to go into law. You made the change possible by calling, emailing, showing up, testifying, and being absolutely relentless. This win is your win. This win is your win, and it is fueled by the love that you have for your community members, your immigrant community members, and everyone in your community. And I want you to remember that this win is your win. I want you to remember that when don't let any legislator take credit for the work that you did. It is your house. That is your, that state house is your house. The same goes for your city council. The same goes for your county commissioner meetings. With these shifts and these changes, the fight is far from over. Next week, there is a public hearing taking note. LD 2106 on Thursday. This bill will create protections from ICE in schools, hospitals, and daycares, and libraries. We need you to show up on Thursday and make it so clear that you want ICE out of your communities. Earlier this week, we saw over 150 Mainers show up to make their voices heard on LD 1383. The bill to divert state worker pensions from companies that profit off of genocide, ICE detention, and weapons manufacturing. A vital bill as we witness our governments, local and statewide, using the incarceration of our community members to fill their budget gaps. They're filling their budget gaps under the guise of financial stability on the demise of our community members. Immigration enforcement and the very profitable prison-industrial complex are fully intertwined.
Right.
The powers that enable mass incarceration are those that enable mass deportation and mass detention.
Right.
Divestment is a huge piece of this puzzle. And we must make it so clear to our elected officials that we want them to stand with us, not profit off of our demise. I encourage you to email your legislators and make it heard that you want that bill
to go through and that you do not want this to happen on your dime. Speaking of your money, the governor is currently constructing her supplemental budget, and this is the time for you to make it known how you want your money to be spent. Every day that we delay enacting laws, families are separated, community members are torn away, and lives are taken. Every day that we delay, we erode the rights to due process that this country claims its foundation on. ICE's actions have shown that they are entirely disregarding the law. They are terrorizing Mainers using violence, racial profiling, and privacy-violating surveillance technology. We must dismantle and defund these oppressive systems that lack humanity, transparency, and accountability. And let me be clear, we cannot just legislate these problems away. ICE is beyond reform. We must end the disappearing, the kidnapping, the detained. We must abolish ICE. While the federal government is actively defunding programs that our neighbors, that keep our neighbors housed, fed, and healthy, they are funneling billions of dollars into ICE. Therefore, it is vital that we invest in community care, mutual aid networks that are helping our neighbors. We must ensure that our innocent community members know that we stand fully by their side and will not tolerate unlawful and harmful acts against them. I know you all know this. That's exactly why you're here. Start small, talk to your neighbors, get to know them, share meals together. Community is what's going to get us through this moment. The systems that we create are the ones that will sustain us into the future. It is so important that we invest in and donate to existing statewide networks like the Maine Solidarity Fund, and find and support informal networks in our smaller communities. Let your rage that you're feeling, let that rage fuel your power. Allow your grief to drive your hope. Remain hopeful, be absolutely relentless against these oppressive and violent institutions, and keep fighting. Thank you.
I am a Penobscot organizer and a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. Minneapolis is leading the nation in the fight against ICE and has called for a general strike. We are all here in solidarity with their fight as Maine has become the next target of ICE. I want you to take a moment to look around you. Look at the faces that fill this space. The faces of courage, of resilience, of unwavering commitment to justice. We are here tonight, not just as individuals. We collective force, echoing the cries for justice across the country. Trump's regime is waging a war of terror on immigrant communities. Mass agents in unmarked cars are kidnapping our friends, our family, and our co-workers. The brutal war on immigrant families this administration is waging isn't in the shadows, it is on our streets. It is open, defiant, and unlawful. We are witnessing military-style assaults on workplaces, schools, hospitals, and in crowded public settings when they snatch parents from their children and workers from their livelihoods. Fuck ICE. The Trump administration wants to steal our hope, to make us feel powerless in the face of their war on working people and the terror that ICE is bringing into our communities. They want us to believe that immigrants are the enemy, but that is a damn lie. Our real enemy is the billionaire class stealing our health care, the politicians starving our children by slashing food stamps, the corporate vultures gutting pensions and smashing unions. So many here who have fled their homeland seeking refuge and asylum in the United States come here due to America's involvement in regime change and colonial resource extraction in their homeland. The U.S. continues to fund paramilitary criminal organizations and undermines democracies with coup d'etats, like we saw in Venezuela with the arresting and kidnapping of Nicolas Maduro. The ruling class of the United States are looting the world while cutting support that struggling families need here. They are escalating their war on immigrants to divide us. Their racist scapegoating is an obvious tactic to make us blame each other while they rob us blind, but we see through that game. Maine Congressman Jared Golden just yesterday voted to increase ICE funding. Last night, 70% of House Democrats voted to approve Trump's $1 trillion military budget. All the while they tell us there's not enough money for universal health care, to increase funding for education, to increase affordable housing. The Democratic Party has shown that they are not the opposition to fascism in our streets or imperialism abroad. We must build a mass socialist movement to ensure that all people, regardless of immigration status, have all of the things that they need to thrive in our state, in our country, and around the world. We've seen in Minneapolis how community response and mass mobilization like this tonight is essential to fight back against ICE invasion. We must remain committed, steadfast, and ready to respond in real time. It is crucial that we meet this terrorism with organization. We need to step up to protect our neighbors and our families. We cannot be frozen in fear. We cannot let them steal our hope. We must continue to show up and turn out in numbers to run these masked cowards out of Wabanaki territory. No justice, no peace. ICE on First Street. ICE on First Street. No justice, no peace. ICE on First Street. No justice, no peace. ICE off our streets! No justice, no peace! 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 ICE off our streets!
Folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's over 1,000 people here tonight. And what better opportunity to take this crowd and remind this city exactly who these streets belong to marching tonight, folks. And before we do that, I do need you to listen to me a little closely, because as with all great things in our battle, we have to be organized. But before I do that, I want to remind you all that tomorrow at noon at Kennedy Park in Lewiston, there's going to be another rally demanding the same things we've been demanding here tonight, showing up to support a community which has been absolutely under attack throughout this whole Trump regime. So I hope to see you there tomorrow. All right, folks, I'm going to turn it down to my friend right here, Willie, for party positions and immigration. So guys, I would just ask that you're all listening to this. Good evening, everyone. We'll see you right now, knowing that there will be high off of the people. Okay, so shortly we are going to take the streets, and we are going to take our time. There are many marshals in this crowd wearing vests, some not wearing vests. And the first thing that we're going to have folks do is I need everyone on this side to start moving in a circle around the monument and clearing the street and the sidewalk, because we need to block the road over there. And the march is going to leave from this point. So everyone in the direction of the library, start moving to your left, my right, around the monument, behind the rest of the crowd. And then, we need the two young ladies with the ICE out sign. Stand right here. And Kat, you got the DSL flag? Okay. So you guys see these leaders right here? We are going to line up behind them, slowly take your time, still can move some things, about 8 deep, okay? 8 people deep, maybe 10. Whatever you feel like, but not too many, okay? Marshall!
Oh my God. No, you can hang on. justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets.
No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets.
streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. Watch out for the justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Who's streets? Our streets. 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 Who's streets?
Hey, yo, listen, the first thing start out. Love, peace, and respect. All the madness. And yo, listen, I used to work with that kid in Cisco. Very good brother. I just sat a couple weeks ago and gave him a hug. I ain't scared of cops. I ain't doing nothing. Love y'all.
Our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No No justice, no peace. Get ICE off our streets. No justice, no peace.